Hi friends, it's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm here today to talk to you about the Stampin' Up! New adhesive that's in the 2020 to 2021 catalog. Stampin' Up! Has discontinued the adhesive, the runner adhesive called Snail, and has replaced it with two different adhesives. And I want to show you what they are and hopefully a little bit about how to use them. So these are the two replacements. The replacement for Snail is called Stampin' Seal. And Stampin' Seal is an instant bond permanent adhesive. It holds cardstock and ribbon, and it's acid free. You get 16.4 yards on each tape runner. Now, the interesting thing to know about it is that the case, it's refillable, just like the Snail was, and the case is interchangeable with the new stronger one called Stampin' Seal Plus. So you only need one. Let me see, get that back on there. There we go. You only need actually one case, and you can interchange the two different types of adhesive. The Stampin' Seal comes like this in a plastic envelope or plastic bag, and you can tear it off here, and then it has a zipper. It's a zipper pouch, really, is what it is, and it has a resealable thing right there. So once you tear off the outside, the top there, you can put your Stampin' Seal back in the pouch and seal it up for safekeeping, which they recommend. Now, I go through so much that there really is no point of doing that for me because I'm using it constantly. But if you don't use it every day like I do, it would be a good idea to keep it in this bag or pouch. And so that's the Stampin' Seal. Now the other one is called Stampin' Seal Plus, and it's a little tricky. I'm just warning, the tricky thing is just to know which one you have. The Stampin' Seal Plus container, or the whole, what would you call that, cartridge, is a darker blue. And this, when it says Stampin' Seal Plus, it just means a little plus sign. It doesn't have the word plus written out. So I found I have to look very closely when I'm ordering to make sure I'm ordering the one with or without the plus sign, depending on what I want. Now, when I have them here in my craft room, it's easy to tell the difference because one is light blue and one is dark blue. But when you're ordering is kind of when it matters. And here is the pouch, the resealable pouch for the Stampin' Seal Plus. And these are just the refills in the pouch. When you buy a Stampin' Seal, not a refill, you get the case with the cartridge inside, and it comes in a similar bag. So they both come in the bags. But again, the case is interchangeable. So you technically could have one case and use it for both. I went ahead and purchased two brand new ones, and again, because I use them for classes and all kinds of things. So I went ahead and did that. And I wanted to show them to you in the catalog, if you have a catalog, so that you might be able to see what they are. They're on page 162, and they're right up here with our other dimensionals. And here is number 6. I just read you about the Stampin' Seal. It's $8. The refill is only $5.50. Now the Stampin' Seal Plus, does the same thing as the other one, instant bond permanent adhesive, but it says strong seal adheres 3D projects and heavier layers securely. So you can use the Plus, the darker blue one, on your 3D projects. And I like to use it when adhering watercolor paper to a background, because watercolor paper is a little heavier than our normal cardstock. So I'm liking the Plus, and that is with the case $12, and the refill alone is $8. Now let's see how they work. I've got here a piece of Whisper White cardstock and a piece of our new Bumblebee cardstock. Just to give it a try. Let's start with the Stampin' Seal. Now, I don't know about you, but I live in Southern California and it gets very hot in the summer, but sometimes during the rest of the year too, and dry. Like right now here, it's very dry. And I used to have trouble with my snail, the prior adhesive, holding, it would fall, things would fall off in the dry weather. And this has not happened so far with the Stampin' Seal. So let's see, I'm going to put some, and sometimes you need to just do a little like that to get it started. And I'm going to put some on my Whisper White. Now the one thing about it is you don't check it like some other adhesives. You don't lift up, you just slow to a stop, and that will keep it, generally keeps it running through the dispenser. Now I'm going to lay this bumblebee piece right on top, and we'll see how well we think it holds. Okay, so now we're going to take it off. Now, could we reposition it, let's say, if we had made a mistake? Well, we could reposition it. We're going really slow. I'm going slow, and so I could reposition it. Let's try again and see if we give it a few minutes to dry. We'll just fan it and see what happens. And we'll pull it faster this time. And it tears off. So that is a secure hold. Snail never did that for me. So I'm very pleased with how this one holds, unless you need to reposition it. And if you need an adhesive for repositioning, I always recommend the Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue. Mine is well used. I go through a lot of them because I like to be able to get my layers just right. But there are other times I want things to stick very strongly. Okay, so that was the Stampin' Seal. Now let's try the Stampin' Seal Plus. Again, I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock and a piece of the Bumblebee, the new Bumblebee colored cardstock, and my Stampin' Seal Plus. Now the interesting thing about this one is, yeah, I had to start it. It's little rectangles, and you just kind of stop right there. You don't need to check it or pull up. And let me hold it up real close to the camera here. Let me see if I can get it. I don't know if you can see there, but it's little rectangles. It's not a straight gummed piece. It's little rectangles. I think that makes it probably when you lift off, there's not a goopy string hanging or something like we had with one we used to use called Fast Fuse. I don't know if you can see those little rectangles. So now let's adhere our piece of Bumblebee cardstock over that. And let's try to go slow like we did before. Okay, right after adhering, you could go, well, even so, it pulled some off, right? Now let's do it again on another side, and we'll press a little more deeply. Just stop. Okay, and we'll put this on. Press a little more, and we'll give it a few minutes to dry, and we'll pull it off quickly. Wow, that is a permanent hold, isn't it? That is a really permanent hold. And that's what I like. There are times I really want this kind of hold. So there you go. There are your two options from Stampin' Up, the two new adhesives that are rolled, that you can roll out, the Stampin' Seal and the Stampin' Seal Plus with a plus sign. And they come in these plastic pouches, and in between uses you can keep your adhesive in your plastic pouch. Okay, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you'll pop over to my prettypapercards.com blog and see what I'm doing. I post over there 5 days a week, and I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. If you like what you see, subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Okay, thank you so much. Bye-bye.